On News 5 at 10, bringing the community of Colorado Springs together during a time of heated debate over social injustice, inequality, and racism. Beginning this week, that is the daunting task for a woman who will manage the City of Colorado Springs' newly created Diversity and Community Outreach program. She is the focus of tonight's one-on-one. Danielle Somerville told me she's really excited to begin this new chapter in her life. After serving the past 19 years involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters, a mentoring program in Colorado Springs, bringing people of all ages, backgrounds, ethnicity, socioeconomic status together. She says this fits her skill set.
And so I really saw this position as being about powerful relationships. How can the city engage in powerful relationships with diverse populations of the community?
In my 30-plus years here in Colorado Springs, I've seen the population double. With that, a more diverse population that some would argue is not being served, at least as it relates to finding ways to reflect the makeup of an entire community in a way that affords opportunity for all, to perhaps make those who feel disenfranchised for whatever reason feel a part of a community that is predominantly white. It was a summer of discontent here in Colorado Springs. Demonstrations for weeks here at City Hall and elsewhere in the wake of the deaths of Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, the emergence of the Black Lives Matter movement. So I asked Ms. Somerville, was the establishment of her new position just a coincidence or the direct result of all that?
It's not a direct result or a coincidence. The City of Colorado Springs has been working on EDI, equity, diversity, and inclusion work for a while, and so this position was already in the works. So the timing may appear to be a coincidence, but the position was already in the works before those protests began.
But the timing is important. The clear message coming from those who organized the protests this summer told me and others repeatedly that change needs to be made in Colorado Springs. They want to see positive steps taken so they feel they have a seat at the table. And through the newly created Police Law Enforcement Transparency and Accountability Commission and this community outreach program, steps in the right direction.
There are pathways that we're creating so citizens feel like they can share their concerns, voice their concerns, but also be constructive and be part of the solution to helping the city grow together.
Somerville says she envisions the development of programs within the city, working with existing nonprofits, religious organizations, business, higher education as a pathway to progress and bring more diversity to our workforce.
And it would be wonderful if people in the community, diverse people in the community, knew about those opportunities. And I think from there, that's when we begin to also look at the city structure to see where there are opportunities to diversify the workforce in other areas.
Of course, the proof must come from tangible results. How will this new program move us in the right direction? Where will we be as a community a year from now, 5 years, when it comes to diversity and community outreach? Somerville says, and it's true, it takes all of us to make this work. This is not a one-sided conversation. We need to engage and listen, especially to those who don't share our life experience.
Certainly being an African American woman, maybe I have different experiences, but we also have shared experiences. And so I hope to be a voice based on the experience that I bring to the position.
And Somerville has a couple of people working directly with her in this new position, but she also has the city's Human Resources Department to draw from as well, and we wish her well in this new endeavor for our city.